Dr. Kemi for Kemi Talks Media. It's Sunday, the 29th of June, 2025. Let's talk about this trending interview between VDM and Sam Larry. Now, VDM is an activist, and as you know, he has been involved in so many cases of activism and just trending topics going on. And I have worked as a journalist for 31 years with opinion journalism as part of my news beats. I take trending topics and I discuss it from a journalistic view. Even though I'm retired, I'm still giving one or two opinions out there. I was the only journalist that investigated the Mobad death. No other journalist did. Not Sahara, not Premium Times, not Cable NG, none of them. Every single one of them had been either threatened or paid not to cover the story or to investigate it. And this is what you find yourself with in Nigeria, the brown envelope journalism that prevents cases like this kind of murder to be solved. The presidency has never spoken about Mobad's case. And it's a shame because every other case, President Tinubu has tweeted it on his handle. There are people in the government who know about how Mobad was killed and how they're shielding Wumi Adebanjo, Mobad's common law wife. I just want to say thank you to all the fans that donated that $2,300 to me out of the $10,200 that I spent on this case. With no money, I took all my YouTube earnings and all my Facebook earnings for a good 1 year, and I spent it on Mobad's case. This investigation started on the 15th of September, and I finished it on the 30th of November. I solved the case in less than 2 months. Now, I continue to add more information because there was no toxicology test. I was waiting for that. And then a fake one came out. It didn't work for them. And then they try to say it's not ready. It was just twists and turns alongside the inquest. At the end of the day, 1 year came, Mohbad's anniversary was celebrated, still no justice. There has been a lot of diversions in this case. People who just want to be part of the news. Like, leave these things to journalists. Mohbad's death became a subject of content creators, everybody going live, especially in the highly monetized TikTok areas, US, UK, France, Italy, Spain. Mohbad's sister-in-law, Karima, Buki, Jesse, name it. Everybody was just doing live videos and really monetizing this content. All right, at the end of the day, I was the only one that actually investigated the case, okay? And I was in a country where I couldn't even monetize most of the content on TikTok. However, I spent a great deal of time on this investigation. I gave you concrete facts. I gave you what you need to know. I did the job. IJ Mobad was the hashtag. Then I did IJ Mobad 2. Then I did IJ Mobad review. The internet doesn't lie, okay? It's on all my platforms. And I finished writing the book. Before I publish this book, okay, what I want to do is I want to still wait to see some things. Okay, for example, in October of 2024, Lagos State government told us we will have the autopsy. We'll have the toxicology in a few weeks. It's ready, da da da. Did they release it the few weeks, October? We're almost in October again. This is almost 8, 9 months, nothing. We know what is going on. Someone in politics is shielding Wumi Adebanjo, Iyabo, who Wumi ran to for cover, obstructed justice in the case, which is a crime. The Nigerian police has not charged her. They have not arrested Wumi. They claim that they grilled her for 3 hours, and that's it. All kinds of conflicting information. Darusha here, Adura there, the family, the people living in the house. Everybody knows that Wumi killed Mohbad. Okay, I have solved the case. And I reopened it and I still solved it the same thing. This is a case of manslaughter. Wumi was aggressive with Mohbad. They had a toxic relationship. They beat each other a lot. And that particular night, on their way back from the concert with the baby in the car, another argument. And the driver said everything. The driver has fled Nigeria with his family because he felt his life was at danger. At the end of the day, some came to the inquest, others didn't. But what happens next? Wumi starts a media tour. I told Nigerians she's going to be going to TV station. It started. They vindicated me on that one. The channels news and the AIT people didn't want Wumi. They didn't want to be part of it. So she went to TVC, she went to Arise, and she went to others, BBC and all. But Yabojo and this other person facilitated it. This big person, a politician, they facilitated her media tour. Yabo started rebranding Wumi so she wouldn't look like the Black Widow that she is. At the end of the rebranding, okay, they now started rebranding the kid, the subject of the investigation, Liam. Liam is not Mobad's son. Liam is a Telegoni baby. Until he submits to a DNA test, nothing is proven. Telegoni basically is when you start sleeping around with different men, you have a baby, and the baby starts looking like all the sex partners, one or the other. She has not had a credible DNA test publicly known, but it said that Iyabo took her to a DNA test in Lagos, came out negative. Tonto did one in Abuja with her, came out negative. And they're looking to shop for a DNA test in America. She's not going to America to have a DNA test. The child is not Mohbad's child. I'm going to stick by that. I've wrote a book, okay, and I'm going to unleash many things you've never even heard. Meanwhile, they try to push it on Naira Marley and Sam Larry, saying that because those ones bullied Mohbad, they were responsible for his death. Now, there's a mistake that the father is making because on July 2nd, in a few days, courts are going to see whether they can open the case with Naramali and Sam Larry. Mr. Aloba is making a huge mistake. These two guys have nothing to do with the actual death. This was a manslaughter case where Wumi pushed Mobad in a fight. His head hit the railing broke and stuck into his head, and he rolled down the ground. She runs out, she runs back in. The CC camera captured the running in and out. They destroyed the CC footage. They deleted in the phone. They lied to police that there was no CC camera. There was just a lot. But the critical things here is I want to thank VDM for at least vindicating me. I don't know VDM. I've never met him. I've never spoken to him. I've never done anything with him other than comment on his Facebook comments. That's all. And I'm sure he reads my comments. And at the end of the day, VDM, okay, has literally vindicated what I said. I told you guys this. I said I cannot authenticate this audio of Sam Larry. Okay, so I can't accuse Sam Larry of murder. Okay, though the voice on it, which mentioned mortuary, sounded like his voice, but it could be generated by artificial intelligence. This is why I don't like AI. They even say one of my videos was AI. I'm talking, you're calling me AI. Now, second thing, Mobile never entered any mortuary. His location between Perez Hospital and that graveyard where they buried him initially is unknown. That's where they took him, cut his hair, and all the different things. His brother, Darusha, and others are responsible, and they've never told the truth. A community leader said they attempted to bury him at midnight, but they were refused. So you just lover folks can abuse me all you want. People were abusing me then. Now journalists must authenticate multimedia, and it costs $5,000 to send it to an audio lab. And I don't know what the police did if they sent it to an audio lab, but in the beginning of this investigation, a lot of money was put into it by Sanwo-Olu and a team of forensic experts. Nothing was done. Whole case was botched. And Ayilara, DCP of Fancy, he died. So at the end of the day, on the 16th of September, like a day after Mubad, was buried, I tweeted this in 2023. I saw some problems with Zlatan. Okay, Zlatan, you also need to be a witness. Nigerian police and to speak to Prince Muiwa Dejobi or force CID in Ikoyi on the alleged video shoot assault by Sam Larry and the fracas at Mobad's estate. The timeline of these assaults are important and why the videos are being leaked now. So Zlatan was the one leaking all these videos. I told you that I was right. And did he come and talk? No, he didn't. This is the reason why VDM brought up Zlatan. I already told you guys this thing now. Now, this one is 28th of March, 2024, almost 10 months after Mubad died, 9 or 10 months after he died. I finished my investigation. I did a review. And in the review, I said the suspects that should be ruled out of Mubad's murder were Prime Boy, Ayabami Spendi, Naramali, and Sam Larry. The police knows the truth. Lagos police, Nigerian police, his wife Wumi killed him. Not a suspect. To conclude this case, I've already said that the police is not going to charge Wumi, the DPP is not going to indict her, and they're not going to prosecute her. She is the killer. It's a second degree murder case, more like manslaughter. Okay, she didn't plan to kill him. The fight ended up violent. Activist Yomi Fabi, an actor, has refused to take that notion of me saying it is manslaughter. Mr. Fabi says it is premeditated murder and it should be first degree. I showed this to some of my colleagues in US and Canada, and they are also saying what Yomi is saying. Those journalists are saying this looks very premeditated by Wumi. I mean, Mobad is an international music artist. He was at the prime of his career. He was actually an artist that didn't like me personally because of industry beefs, the video, and all that. But I didn't fight for Mobad. I didn't want anyone to get away with murder. That's why I took up this case. Okay, I really hate people getting away with murder. And may his soul rest in peace. I've written my book. I'm just going to publish it and nothing changes. If they like, they can still be fooling around with me.